Hello. And welcome to Talk US News and Politics, where you regularly get updated with the latest on American politics. Please ensure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. When you read about all the ring-kissing and boot-licking that's going on at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort these days, it is clear that Republicans of all stripes see him as president in exile, our once and future dear leader. He is believed to be so powerful that his endorsement will make or break any candidate, from the loftiest seat of power in the US Senate to a lowly election clerk in a small jurisdiction in real America. The big question facing the GOP now is whether or not that's actually true. And new reports from around the country suggest that it may not be as clear-cut as many think. The New York Times' Shane Goldmacher characterized Trump as a modern-day party boss and quotes insiders comparing his Mar-a-Lago machine to the notorious Tammany Hall, which dominated New York politics for centuries. Naturally, Trump is personally making money from it, and he's not the only one. Goldmacher points out, however, that while Tammany Hall kept its grip on power by doling out patronage, Trump isn't spending much of his massive war chest at all. One of his spokesmen, Taylor Budowich, explained that the benefit of Trump's support lies not in money, but in the fact that voters value his endorsement, and it generates a lot of free media. We'll soon find out that that is as valuable as people think it is, but in the meantime, there is apparently a long line of supplicants night after night seeking his favor, and he is reveling in it. There are reportedly certain protocols for getting Trump's attention and impressing him. I think we all know how much he loves flattery and how he requires his supporters to love who he loves and hate who he hates. But that's not enough, according to Goldmacher. He likes compelling visual material matters, too. Big fonts are crucial. With photos and graphics. And color. There is no system by which Trump is making his endorsements for the midterms. Mostly, it seems to be based upon a mixture of his gut feeling, his desire to punish anyone who displeases him by supporting their opponents, rewarding those who most eagerly push the big lie, and a desire to place sycophants and true believers in a position of power to influence the outcome of elections. Goldmacher writes. As Tammany's corrupt boss Tweed was portrayed saying, as he leaned on a ballot box in a famous 1870s cartoon. As long as I count the votes, what are you going to do about it? Or, as Mr. Trump told Breitbart News this month, there's an expression that the vote counters are more important than the candidate, and you could use that expression here. A couple of months ago, Salon's Igor Darish reported that there were more than 80 pro-Trump 2020 election deniers running for election posts around the country, and there are not doubt even more today. It may be that these lower-level endorsements will end up being much more important than his support for servile candidates for the House and Senate. The question in all of this is if he still has the juice to get his candidates the nomination, much less win in the fall. So far, it does not appear to be a slam dunk, particularly in the primaries. There is no system by which Trump is making his endorsements for the midterms. Many eyes are on Georgia as a microcosm of the Mar-a-Lago machine in action, where Trump has waged a particularly ugly crusade against GOP Governor Brian Kemp and Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, along with anyone associated with them, endorsing their challengers and insisting that all GOP candidates running for any office sign off on the big lie. So far, however, it does not appear to be having much of an effect, with the incumbents still leading in the polls. Meanwhile, Trump's hand-picked candidate to oppose Georgia's Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock, 1980s NFL star Herschel Walker, is causing plenty of heartburn in the state as well. Walker is ducking debates, showing himself to be extremely weak on policy and dealing with many long-standing personal scandals. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this edition of the news. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time. Bye.